And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chat CANNA on this holiday. It's interesting who has the day off and who doesn't have the day off. Working in broadcast all of my career and in agriculture and running my own business of help desks and IT business. Of course, this has never been a holiday for me. It's always been a work day. But for those of you that have the day off, I hope that you do some investigation and some contemplation as to why this is a national holiday, and especially educating your kids. And that's what we're going to do a little bit here on Chat CANNA today. But I have a different news story, hoping to educate you just a little bit on why this is an important day for the hemp business, and how it is historically that hemp and what has come to be known as Martin Luther King Jr. Day should be tied together. First, though, I do want to do one story that has, it should have been brought to everybody's attention, and anybody in the hemp business should know better. But if you haven't, here it is now. If you are on Facebook, or you're getting ads, or they pop up on Google, or you're doing any kind of searches, and you see big, long ads where Tom Sellick has gone into the hemp business, and he's got the cure for things that ail you, particularly old people's rheumatoid things and arthritis and pains and everything, and he's fighting the pain care business, and he's going to put them out of business because his products cost 1/10 the price and do 10 times the business. It could be Clint Eastwood, could be Tom Selleck. It's always an older person in the movie business that's very successful, that you might see doing other commercials on television. And it's a really, really long, what we call a ribbon article. It goes down and it's got news story after news story and how he's been on TV shows, but you don't actually remember that he's been on those TV shows. And now these guys are fighting back because every one of these ads is a fraud. The only one that's not a fraud is Chong from Cheech and Chong. He actually is doing this. He has a full spectrum CBD that he's been in the business of, and is doing this. Every other one of them is a fraud. It's a fake. And these Chinese CBD companies are using these guys' names, and they're doing a hit and run. A hit and run just means basically they're going to just market the heck out of it until they get shut down, and then they'll pop up somewhere else doing it all over again under a different name, and they'll do it till the Clint Eastwood's lawyers do a cease and desist. And then they'll run that until the very last thing, and then they'll do it again. And so just know that if a big celebrity has all of a sudden gone into the hemp business with a product, but you don't see it in the news somewhere else, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg are in the hemp business. You've seen it other places. There is talk about Oprah getting in the hemp business. But, one celebrity after another is not doing this, I promise you. And if you don't find it on their web pages, their personal and private web pages that you know about and that you've been to before, it's a fake, especially if it's old pictures of them. If it's not like current pictures of them, and you can't go to CBS News and see that news story or wherever they claim, this is a fake. It's a fraud to get you to believe that they are endorsing something. And you'll also see, if you can look closely, the writing of the news stories is very bad. It's got the wrong tenses. It'll have the wrong, it'll have plurals when it shouldn't have it and everything like that. But basically, don't buy into this. If you need a celebrity endorsement to determine which brand of CBD products to use, it's probably not going to work for you anyway. Buy your CBD from a local source that, this is a farm to table kind of a product. You'll do a lot better. Be on guard. Clint Eastwood is not supporting right at this time a CBD line of products. Tom Sellick is not supporting a CBD line of products. Sorry. That's how it is. Okay, today it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and the hemp trade. Did you know that back in Virginia and in the 1700s, for farmers, it was illegal not to grow hemp. Let me say that again. It was illegal not to grow hemp. And there are many articles on the internet talking about the people that were owned by other people. I have to choose my words carefully here or we'll get demonetized. Everybody worked in the hemp business. And the thing is, though, that the hemp business and working in that on these plantations was good because they tabulated your work each day and you got a penny a pound. And any pounds that you brought in over the first 100 pounds went against you or went in favor of you, actually. And a good, healthy, strong man, it was the men that were doing this, could bring in 200 or 300 pounds a day. And that was $2 toward the goal of working for your freedom. And men earned their freedom in the hemp business. So this was considered a freedom plant. This was a good and welcome plant as they were picking the hemp. This was all industrial hemp, by the way, a single shoot, not the Christmas tree type hemp that we think of for the CBD side of things. And this, of course, went in to the plants where the outside was stripped off, and that's what into the paper and cloth industry. And then the herd, the inside, was used for for animal bedding and other kinds of things. So this was a valuable crop back then, and that was still valuable all the way up into the 1800s, the 1840s, 50s, and 60s. That's where that was the tabulation of men gaining their freedom by working their long days and sweat out in the fields and putting that toward gaining their freedom. And that's what, if you just search for hemp in the 1860s, 1850s, anywhere and Google it. And I'm not going to put the links up there because it is also not a justice type of thing. But you will find article upon article about how hemp was involved in what was going on that led up to the war back in that time. And it's an amazing article. I did not realize the part that hemp played in what happened back there and up to Abraham Lincoln's time. So I thought that was the most relevant thing that I could bring you on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday today. If it's relevant, I think you should share it with your children. I know that I will be sharing it with the younger folks that will be in my life here today, because I think it's important that some of this history doesn't get lost and we understand some of the real things that went on, that somehow it gets rewritten. I certainly didn't know about it. And, you know, I was in the middle of Martin Luther King Day becoming Martin Luther King Day. So I wish you a good holiday for those of you that have the day off. I wish you a good Monday for those of you that are working, as I am. And we'll see you all back here tomorrow for another version of Chat CANNA right here on Facebook. Please like us. On YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you'll know when we are broadcasting at any time. And now we are broadcasting on Twitch, another place for you, another place for new visitors. We've seen quite a few on there, and we thank you for seeing us on Twitch. You'll find us here right through the week, every week. If you go to chatcanna.com, you can see all of our shows all the way back through last year. Thanks for listening. My name is John Reitmeyer. We will see you again tomorrow.